Hey there and welcome in. We're doing a little TikTok live cooking for some lunch. It's a really rainy day in Georgia and we've got some people, just a few people coming over for lunch. We're gonna play some music this afternoon and try to check my comments if I can. So I thought I would get started making a skillet lunch, and it's all in one skillet. And you can do this with just about any protein that you want. I'm going to use these. One skillet. And you can do this with just about any protein that you want. I'm going to use these Italian chicken sausages today. I really like to use this because they're loaded with flavor and they're not expensive. So it's a really good protein to start with. And I'm going to start in here with an onion. While my pan gets hot, I try not to use nonstick for the most part. I like to use iron skillets. You know, the pans, those nonstick coatings can be so toxic and harmful to you, so I try to use an iron skillet whenever I can. Chop up my onion here. And this is a really simple dish. There's not going to be anything fancy about it, but it's really delicious. TikTok is notifying viewers that I am live. Awesome. Get a little spoon out of here. Now whenever you saute onions, a little bit of salt helps to ensure that you can saute them and they release some of their moisture and they'll become translucent and not just get really dry and burnt. And so while those are sauteing away, I've got a yellow pepper. You can use whatever peppers you want. I like the yellow and the red and the orange as opposed to the green. I feel like green peppers do have a purpose, but for the most part, I think they need a little bit more maturing on the vine. What's everybody doing today? I know it's a work day for a lot of people, and you might be in the office. You might be delivering packages like my grandson. You might be young enough to be in school or in college. And I'm just doing the TaylorKitchen thing from home here. That's starting to smell really good already. Whenever you saute onions and garlic, I'm going to put some garlic in here too. Whenever it says like add a couple cloves of garlic, I'm like, that means 4, right? I like the garlic. Even though these chicken sausages have so much flavor to them. And I got those at Aldi. Aldi, y'all, is a lifesaver. You can find really good deals. And a lot of things that I buy, I probably make an Aldi stuff about once a week. So if you are fortunate enough to have an Aldi buy, you check them out. Save you a lot of money. So Tim has been setting up for music. We have people come over. Every Tuesday we play, and I always have lunch for them beforehand, so that's what I'm working on right now. I will take you a spin around and show you what he's been working on, because you gotta look at all this setup here. Say hello, honey.
Hello, honey.
He's got all the music stands ready for the bass guitar player right there. All the music stands for the people that are coming today. Whoops, that didn't help you very much, did it? But yeah, so we'll eat lunch and then we'll play some music for a couple of hours. Just kind of fun. We'll eat lunch and then we'll play some music for a couple of hours. Just kind of fun. All right, so we're back to the skillet. I'm gonna add a wee bit more salt. And a wee bit more pepper. I will say, because my husband knows that I'm a neat freak, he will have all that music stuff cleaned up and out of the family room before dinner time. Sometimes we've actually let it go to the next day. I think we might have done that last week because we were so tired. I had broken my toe, so I couldn't help him take the things down to the basement like I like to help when I can. But my toe was not going to cooperate, so we're in a better space today. Chopping up this garlic. I did 3 cloves. And the great thing about this dish is you can use whatever seasonings you want. I'm going to keep it really simple. We're going to use some oregano. I'm going to keep it really simple. We're going to use some oregano. About a tablespoon. And when you use, this is pretty fresh oregano, but if you crush it, it releases the oil, so you get a lot more flavor. It's coming along very nicely. Sauteing down just like I want it to. Put this away. Okay, I guess we chop up these chicken sausages now. So the first time I did a live, and I'll have to do it again because I was showing, everybody always asks about my morning smoothie that I've been making for a couple of decades. And it is so incredibly good, and everything that I have in the smoothie has a purpose. So I did this whole live, it's like an 8-minute live, making a smoothie and everything that went into it. And I didn't have the volume on, which right now is making me think I probably need to double check the volume. My lovely grandson showed me, you know, when you're old like me, I'm in my 60s, you have to have your grandchildren walk you through TikTok. So let me check that. You're good? Oh, you're on? Awesome. My husband is helping me. Oh. Cancel, I almost ended this live. All right, we'll just roughly, I kind of do the sausages on a diagonal because you get more surface area to caramelize, and that's what you really want with those sausages. They're so good. So I've been on TikTok for a while, and I have a YouTube channel, TaylorKitchen 5226. I have an Instagram account, or TaylorKitchen TMT. Oh, now it's going to sizzle, and I'm going to have to talk above it. And I have a website, tk30.com, where I do post a lot of the recipes that I do and a lot of other things that I'm involved with. All right, now we're talking. This stuff is amazing. All right. Last thing I want to add, if you have like a can of crushed tomatoes, that would be the thing. I'm actually going to add these cherry tomatoes from our garden, and they were a little, they're splitting. Sometimes when there's too much rain, they start to burst a little bit and they look a little funky, not that you'd want to use them in salads. So I roasted them up and I keep them in a jar in the fridge, and I'm going to use a jar, which is about the equivalent of a 14-ounce can of tomatoes. And so all those flavors going in here. Give it a stir. You can see how quickly this lunch comes together. It's actually good like this, but I'm going to add some rice, and we're going to let it all cook down, and it'll make this a beautiful rice skillet with these veggies, tomatoes, and chicken sausage, and it'll be ready when my company gets here. All right, here's my rice. I actually rinsed this. I often don't rinse the rice. I know I probably should. You rinse your rice? Let me know. Leave a comment. I think we probably should. I've heard it helps to get any arsenic residue off of the rice. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of broth, because if you know, perfect rice is usually 1 part rice to 2 parts liquid. And so we're going to add that all in. I almost needed a bigger skillet. And this was vegetable broth. You can use a chicken broth or, whatever appeals to you. And then I want to gently stir this rice in. I should have stirred it in before I added the broth. I have to be very careful to overflow this skillet. But all the liquid is going to soak up this rice. Or the rice is going to soak up all the liquid, I should say. It looks really yummy. It smells great in here. Just onions and garlic alone, that's all you have to do to make a great smelling kitchen. You'll smell like a chef. And that's all you did, onions and garlic. Okay. I am gonna get a great big lid. We're gonna cover this, and this actually needs to go for 20 minutes. So if we wanna do some questions, I won't make you hang on for 20 minutes. If you don't want to, I can come back to this in 20 minutes right before I'm finishing it off for my company. But I am gonna cover it. Give me a big lid. This will do. This is not the lid for the skillet, but improvisation is the key. So that's your dish. 20 minutes. I'll set my timer, I guess. 20 minutes. And I'm going to turn down my heat because I don't want it to start overflowing all over the stove, but that's it. It's so simple. Now, sometimes I do this and I'll do it with fish. So you can do it with fish. Even like tilapia works really well. Everything else, except for the chicken sausage. And then you lay your fish in like the last maybe 8 minutes of the cooking, cover it again, and it cooks up like that. So really, like I said, any protein you want to use works for this. If you want to use like some chicken tenders, and you can vary up all the veggies. You can use if you use brown rice, then you need like 45 minutes, but you can change up, the grain that's in it too if you want to, just adjust the timing. But this is one of my favorites because it's so adaptable and it takes hardly any time at all to cook. So I'll be back in 20 minutes if you want to see what it looks like plated. I'll put some beautiful herbs on it, and then our company will be here and we'll dive in. I think I even have some homemade sourdough bread that I can serve with this. And my friend's bringing a salad, so we're covered. Thank you all for joining my TikTok live. I hope to see you. And we're back with the live. You're welcome to come and give a taste test if you feel like it. Our friends are starting to arrive, and the One Pot Wonder is done. You want to give it a taste test?
Sure.
Okay, this is my friend Sherry. And I guess I should get you a fork so you don't have to do it with your fingers. Great. And I did kind of taste it myself, and I thought maybe it needed a bit more salt, but I will let you Because I know with your hubby, you try to do very little salt, right?
Right. Yum, this looks wonderful.
And I'll grab you a fork. It's a little hot, so caution. Whoa, we got feedback. Yeah, the mics are on it because I showed you the music. That's one of the sausages.
I'm gonna get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you get that perfect bite.
But it's still hot.
It's still hot. You can take your time and because I always do that. I take the bite and then it's like my mouth is like scorched the rest of the time. Is that still too hot? Does it need salt? No? Okay. And then a little basil just to make it pretty. But this is it, guys. Super easy. And you saw how simple that was. And I just put everything together. It took like 20 minutes. And I made these little endive cups or endive, whatever you want to call it. And basically, when you buy endive in the store, the little leaves will click off like that for you, and you can fill them with anything, and it's a sweet little appetizer. I served these to a group last night, and I just put some crab salad, imitation crab salad, because we're not made out of money. But you can use anything. If you want to buy chicken salad, egg salad, hummus if you want to go vegan. But then the endive cups work perfectly for a receptacle for anything like that. Do you like crab salad?
Maybe.
This
will be good.
I know you'll
This will be
try.
good.
I know you'll
I'll
try
try.
anything, but I know, like, I almost put mushrooms in this, and then I remembered you do not like mushrooms. And like,
Thank
okay,
you.
You're welcome. But if Sherry's not eating at your
colors.
house, you can have mushrooms.
The colors in this, and then you put the basil on.
It's really pretty. Yeah.
I know you want to eat colors.
You can. Yep. Eat the rainbow. There you go. So that's it, guys.
I'm interested in that though.
Well, okay,
I
try
am.
one. You can try a small one if you're tentative. Because the endive is like a really nice crunch, and then so whatever is in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And it's so simple, and it just looks a little bit fancy.
I love seafood.
Good. I do
Do
too.
you have celery?
That's just like celery, mayonnaise, a little bit of vinegar, salt, pepper. I think I
What's
added maybe a touch of some seasoning. I don't. Oh, Old Bay. It has Old Bay.
Old Bay, okay.
Yeah. Good.
That's good.
All right, so you guys got to give this one a try. I actually have the One Pot Wonder recipe on tkfoodie.com, but it's with fish. But you can, if you want to do it this way, just put the sausage in right at the beginning and then let it all sit together for 20 minutes after you've sauteed the veggies and the chicken sausage. And that's all there is to it. Really easy. I'm really glad you joined my live, and hopefully I'll be doing a lot more of these. I appreciate you coming on and hanging in. And we will see you later. Have a wonderfully blessed day. Bye.